What is good, everyone? Hello. Ready, ready, come. Oh. All right. Hello. Mic test. Mic test. I bet. Okay. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. So we're a bit ahead of time right now. We're in the late. So it's me at time. Let's do this. Okay. First, we're gonna be talking about delineating your world via definition and schematizing your world via definition. Division and classification. We're basically gonna present lesson 4 and 5. So that's gonna take. It's gonna take a while. So yeah. Hope you guys can learn about this lesson 4 and 5. Okay, so first, yes, presented by group 3. No, actually, we're group 7. Okay. We're group 6. Together with Aziz and Riley. So let's do this. Okay, so first will be presented by Aziz. Is lesson 4 outline, which is the meaning of definition, and then techniques in a definition essay. Okay, so Aziz, up to you.
Okay, so this is Abdulaziz. So basically, definition is the process of defining and understanding the essence of a word or idea or concept. It is done clearly through specific terms in order for more abstract concepts to be easier in comprehending. So, like you basically see a word you're not familiar with, or like an object you're not familiar with, and you can just apply what you like, and what do you call it? And whatever you apply to it is basically its definition. And definition is typically associated with two main concepts, which is denotation and connotation, where denotation is literally the definition of a word that's been universally agreed on, and connotation is based on your personal experience, more of your subjective experience than objectively. So besides denotation and connotation, there is analysis, collocation, comparison. There's a lot more, and I'll be explaining them one by one. So analysis is basically breaking down concepts into smaller parts for you to understand. Like, for example, we talk about a piano. A piano is a musical instrument. You press on keys and it produces a sound using strings, right? And then we have a collocation. Collocation is it's like two words that are similar together, and they're both of them are used at the same time to describe something. Like, for example, uprising, revolution, or yeah, basically uprising, revolution. And then we have comparison, which is, what do you call? It's typically you compare two words, two expressions, two phrases, anything, and you try to see any kind of similarities in there. And then we have contrast. So contrast basically means uh, how these two similar concepts may differ. Uh, and then we have etymology, which is basically history of a word. Like, there's nothing more to it. And then exemplification is it's like defining things through examples. Like, say we have uh, say we have food. Food is fries. Food is pizza. Food is corn. Food is vegetables. Those are examples of food. And then function. So we're gonna use food, the same thing as food. So what's the function of food? Function of food is to like give you nutrition and like to help your body be able to what do you call it? Basically function. And then we have negation. So negation is like, it's similar to exemplification, but instead of what it is what is not. So say we have ice cream. Ice cream isn't hot. Ice cream Ice cream is no, we're using negation. Ice cream is ice cream is not delicious. That's subjective, but most people would agree it's delicious. Anyways, it's basically defining words through uh through what it isn't. And then synonyms is, what do you call it? Synonyms are basically things that words, phrases that share the same meaning as something else, not exactly the same, but really similar to it. And then we have slang, slang, which is a clip version of short language. It's usually informal. Uh, we use it we use it in text usually to talk with our friends, or nowadays we use it to shortcut everything. Um, okay, so it's basically about definition and the many kinds of techniques you could use to handle like defining words, defining an unfamiliar word you're not really sure of. You don't know you don't know what it means, so you'll just use these techniques. Okay, so lesson 5 now will be handled by Lian and Riley.
Okay, so next is lesson 5. Hope you guys understand the lesson 4 because maybe later on we'll be having a game time. Okay. But except lesson 5. Lesson 5 will just be about, so basically it'll just be about division and classification. So our lesson 5 outline will have what is division and what is classification. And next, the principles of dividing and classifying. So first, what is division? Division works hand in hand with analysis, wherein a concept is dissected into its component elements. So as you remembered, analysis, right? Like we're in like what Aziz said, I give an example. The flute, no, the piano. The piano is a musical instrument where it consists of keys. What else? It can produce sound through playing keys. So let's just give another example of division. Division is like, let's say, an example is an airplane, right? It has different kinds of parts, like let's say the cockpit, the wings, the wheels, the engines, and much more that are basically the parts of the airplane. So you're just breaking down the like the concepts or like to its parts and components, to its elements. Next is what is classification. It involves categorization, which makes it possible to put things in groups based on similarities. So for you to guys understand classification, like okay, you guys like watch the news, right? So we know that news has different kinds of like categories. Like let's say, um, we have there the sports, like they talk about sports in the news, right? You talk about like the basketball, the NBA, the let's say what to say this football. Yeah, a lot, much more of those. And next we have like the international. This can be like outside of our country. Like let's say, yeah, the Philippines. We're talking about Philippines. Like let's say, oh, there's war going on. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Okay, hopefully it doesn't. Okay, so next, what else? It talks about like there is how do you say this? Like OFWs like that in the in different you know countries like that. So what else? Lifestyle. This talks about like let's say actors. There's like a lot. There are a lot of like let's say chica. There's chica in like news. That's basically classification. You're basically categorizing your concept. You know, and as it says here, possible to put things in group based on similarities. So note that classification and division are essential, not just in writing, but also in everyday concepts. So it's not just because of writing, right? It can be in everyday because like without these, because with these, it enables us humans to have some sense of order and predictability in an otherwise chaotic and unpredictable life. So next, we'll be talking about principles of dividing and classifying by Riley. Really.
Hmm. So, principles of dividing and classifying. Get the mic here. So we've got consistency is characterized by having parallel similarities in the divisions you make in your writing. Exclusiveness means there is no overlapping between or among the items divided and classified together. Third, completeness means that no important part is omitted from the writing. For the example, mm, uh, when one discusses the different systems of the body, one should not leave out the rest of the systems if you are only focused on one discussing. Yeah, only one. So,
Okay, let me add some to that. Okay, let me add some to that principles of dividing and classifying. So consistency. From the word consistency, you have to be, how do you say this? Having that similarities. Like let's say, here's an example from the book. All three subheadings is serving results, schools, and sample questions. A sufficient amount of examples to support. Basically, you should to support the author's arguments. So yeah. Next is exclusiveness. From what example here is that this author includes its how do you say this? In the case of this, the author include the subheadings, disturbing results, schools, and sample questions to delineate and compartmentalize details of financial literacy. Okay, next is completeness, from which this is what do you say? Oh, okay. So basically, you can just focus on like the concept that it truly is like one should like you shouldn't leave out other concepts that was or subheadings or like let's say other ideas that were given in the topic. Like like let's say you're talking about you're talking about the human body, right? The human body consists of like let's say digestive system, what else? Reproductive system, I forgot my science though. But what else? The excretory system and much more other system there is. So yeah, you should mention and discuss each and every human body. Like let's say each and every human, no, each and every concept that was given, every topic. So next up, to summarize this summary lesson of five, the concepts of classification and division, categorizing, and grouping save us from chaos of having to identify every other unique and unusual thing we encounter. Without this process aimed at systemizing, there would be no point of comparison for us to study the world. We should have no way of predicting or preparing for impending future unknown experience. So yes, like what I said, uh, from what I said here, classification and division are essential not just in writing. So we can use these classification and division in our daily basis. Okay. Hopefully you guys understand. And if you guys want participation, let's go for game time. It's game time, everyone. Okay, it's game time. Okay. It's game time. So we're gonna be quick, literally quick. You guys can just answer in the chat, and hopefully you're considered, as a point, like what sir said. Okay. So originally we're supposed to do two 1v1, but it's okay. Tomorrow na lang yung game time. Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. No problem, sir. Okay. Tomorrow, hopefully. Okay. So that's it about guys. Hope you guys learned about lesson 4 and 5. And if you guys any want like let's say you wanna clarify, you guys wanna learn again, just check the presentation and like and subscribe. Sir Gurong Vlogger ng Kuwait. Bye guys.